Good morning, beautiful people. Hello, world. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new, and welcome back if you've been here and you with me. So this morning, I am on my morning walk. I'm taking a break. I just had breakfast, and I was watching a video that I was already knowing the words to, that I was agreeing with, that I was understanding, and I was like, bro, like, I'm so in alignment, right? And in that person's video, they were explaining the fact that each day you live a new life, meaning that each day is a clean slate. And I've repeated this in my recent videos. So that's how I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm right on time. I'm right in alignment. Each day we get to start over. And what I mean is that we are growing each and every day. So all that I've been is past tense. You hear the word been? That means it's all that I've done. It's no longer here right now, right? It's a part of me, yes, but that doesn't mean that all of that is a solid version of me, because I have so much time ahead of me and I'm continuing to grow in this moment. So what I'm accepting is that we are never fully solid people. We are fluid. And the problem that occurs within us is when we try to hold on to a version of ourselves and not allow there to be room for us to continue to grow, to blossom, to stretch, to transform, and to become another version of ourselves, a better version of ourselves, a newer version of ourselves, with new reactions, right? New responses, new ways of being, new ways of opportunity, and providing ourselves with grace. Recently, and when I say recently, I mean yesterday, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and she was stating to me that I was basically sharing a lot of the knowledge that I've been amassing within the past week, and it was so helpful to her. So she was writing down a lot of what I was saying. Then I started talking about how I am evolving past the hurt that I've had, and I didn't know that the hurt from the past had affected me so greatly that now I operated in a new way, and that new way hasn't been serving me. So I'm making the decision to move past the way that I once was, right? And it's an ongoing choice where each day I choose to be more loving. I choose to act in a way that allows me to connect with others, right? Because what I realized is that the pain and hurt that I've been through resulted in me feeling like I could only stand for me. I could only rock with me, like, nobody else but me. And I don't mean that selfishly, I mean that protectively. I became very protective of myself. So it's like, I'm so protective that it's like, I started to think nobody's good enough for me but me. But that's not the way to think, and that's not the way to live life. And as good people would come into my life, I had to realize that this is a good person and I deserve to have them, right? When you are hurt, it's possible that a good person will come into your life and you'll be too hurt to care whether or not that person's a good person. You'll just think they're another person that might hurt me. You're just projecting based on your past experiences that this person may not be good for me. What I've learned, though, is to give myself grace and give that person space to be who they are and allow me to observe and see if they are good for me, if they truly are a good person, and if I do want to bring them closer. And I also learned to move slower. I feel like when I was younger, I used to make friends left and right every single day, tons of people. And it was so easy because I was just so quick to be like, yeah, this is my person, or yeah, I talk to this person every day, and da-da-da-da, so we're cool like that. But now it's like, I talk to so many people every day, but they're not all my friends. I don't know if they're all good people, but I know that when I speak to them, they speak back to me and they're kind, right? And that's enough. I reserve a certain place in my life for my friends, and my friends are people that I'm taking my time with getting to know them. I'm taking my time with building our relationship. I'm observing them and I'm placing them where they need to be, right? Because if a person says that they're this and then they do something to be here, I'm leaving them here. What does that mean? That means that if I was moving to pull this person closer to me and I potentially wanted them right here, but they deserve to be back here, I'm backing them up, right? Because I value me, and it's no hard feelings in regards to where I place you. I need to know if you're good for me or not. And when I make that decision, then I'll know how to operate with you. I don't need everybody to be my friend. I don't need everybody to be this close to me, right? I only want those who are meant to be this close to me is what I've learned. So now it's like I am trying out certain friendships that have popped up. You know, I'm giving people opportunities to actually get to know me, and for me to get to know them, to see where is this going? Is this worth pouring in? Should I be more consistent with them? Should we meet up more often? Should we talk more often? Because that's how relationships are built. And at this moment, I've really been floating like a single island, yet I can say at least I have 2 friends. 2 people who I know are consistent beings that are beneficial for me, that every time we meet up, it's just like beautiful, real. They're allowed to be them. I'm allowed to be me. There's no eggshells of tiptoeing. There's no awkwardness. There's just love. I believe that this video will be titled something along the lines of, allow yourself to be new. Allow yourself to always be becoming. Allow yourself to be fluid. The title is, let go of your old self. Let your old self die. Because it's already dead. The me I was yesterday, she is dead. I can't go back to her. I can't bring her forward. Like, this is who I am today. Yesterday, my nails were pink. Today, they're green. So I can't be thinking about the pink nails that I once had, when the fact is my nails are green now, right? So it's like, be here now. Be who you want to be now. Change what you want to change now. It's the little things that add up. For example, another thing I want to talk about is recently I've been more intentional in the observation of myself and my surroundings, right? My goal is to become kinder. And what that means is, today I've had multiple moments where I was given the opportunity to be kind, and it was up to me to choose what I would do. For example, a little while ago, there was an old lady walking by on the other side of the street, and she was staring at me, and I was staring at her. And I had a thought in my head of like, okay, this happens normally, but the question is, what am I gonna do this time? So I waved at that old lady, and guess what she did? She smiled, because she probably was observing me. She was like, wow. You know, she was having all these thoughts, but she didn't feel welcomed to introduce herself. So I felt like I could go ahead and, you know, let you know that as you're looking at me and I'm looking at you, I see you, and you are welcomed to greet me, or for me to greet you. And when I saw her smile, I was just like, wow, that was just love right there. Acknowledgement of one another, of me seeing you and telling you hi, hello, like, you know, it's small things like that that are adding up, because before you know it, it'll become second nature to me that if anybody stares at me, I'm waving, I'm hollering, I'm saying hi, I'm greeting them, welcoming them, acknowledging them, and so on and so forth. The real story I want to tell y'all is, yesterday I was on a walk, and I ended up walking past this like facility of some sort. I'm thinking like it's a doctor's office or something like that. And a mom was coming out the door with an empty carriage, you know, the carriage that you push where the baby would sit in. And she was struggling to get through the door. And there was this moment where it's like I'm walking, I'm kind of close to her, but I'm not super close to her. But I'm not used to going out of my way to help people all the time. Like, I help people when it's like I'm right there. Like, if I had jogged a bit, I could have got to the door, I could have held the door, I could have helped her. But it was all playing out so quickly as she was coming through the door, struggling to hold the door, pushing the cart. And then it's like she's almost through the door. So in my head, I'm thinking, she got it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she got it. Why? Because I'm used to thinking that. I'm used to thinking that if I see somebody doing something and it look like they kind of got it, like, I'm just going to go about my day and keep minding my business. It's when they don't look like they got it that I usually go and help. But I was like, in my mind, I'm observing all of this. I'm observing me walking. I'm observing the mom pushing the empty car. I'm observing the door being closed. I'm observing like our distance. All of these things I'm like observing. And eventually she did get through the door on her own. But I was like, wow. Right there, that was an opportunity where I could have ran, held the door, and she could have got out that door maybe 10 seconds quicker or so. And it would have been nice to like have that exchange of, I helped you just because I wanted to, just because I saw you needed help, and just because I believe that you deserve a little bit more ease is what it is. And I am telling you guys that story because that moment for me, in that moment, I learned more about myself, how I've always been operating, and the fact that I am changing. The fact that I could observe that moment and see what I could have done differently means that the next time a moment like that appears, I will be moving quicker to help in a way that I normally wouldn't. So then it's like, by doing what I normally wouldn't, I'm becoming somebody new. I'm becoming more of a helper. I'm becoming more of a person who thinks about how can I ease this person. I'm also finding with this thing that it's a bit tricky. For example, this morning I was walking by some cars and there was this woman who had twins. And this woman got one arm with a twin, the other arm with a twin. She doesn't have the dual pushing cart. She got them both in her arms and she is walking. And I'm like, whoa, like that's a strong woman. That was my first thought. And then I was like, is there such thing as strong women? Why do women have to be strong? I'm such a deep thinker. My mind be going. So like I'm having all these thoughts. And then I was thinking, would it be weird if I asked her to help her carry one of her babies to where she was going? And then I was like, it could be weird. Like it was a weird moment where it was like, like this is an opportunity where I could help, but it's like I don't really know. And then it's like she's focused, she got it, like she's on her way, she's probably used to it. I don't know. I'm making up all these stories. But my point was, I didn't ask her if she needed help and then help her in that moment because it was weird. But now that I'm telling you guys this, I'm thinking it wouldn't have hurt to ask. The worst she could have told me was no, that she didn't need help. It's just little moments like that where it's like, it's more thoughtfulness than anything. Because I don't have to do anything. It's just that I'm working on being a newer version of myself each and every day. So yeah, I'm letting the old version of me die. And what I'm also realizing as I'm letting the old version of me die is the fact that so many people want to hold on to the old version of who you've been. And I have always hated that. And I finally get why I've hated that. The reason I hate it is because people forget that every day is a new day for us. I've never been this age on this day. I've never lived life experiencing today. Like this is my first time living today. And it's different than any other day. Even if there are similarities, it's a different day. It's a new one. It's a new time to try. It's a new day to do different things that I've never done before and to try something new to become more. Because I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to do that. We are all allowed to do that. And that's the fun in life. That's the fun in life, is the fact that we can choose to change. We can choose to be better. We can choose to no longer be how the old version of us was. Which is why when you meet somebody 10 years into the future or so and you see them, there's a lot of people who be like, wow, you've changed, or wow, who are you? I didn't recognize you, da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, the little things added up. So let your old version of yourself die. Allow yourself to become your new version. And that's the message for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I pray that it was informative. I pray it was helpful. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Peace.